Well, the USMNT have lost to Turkey 3-2 and to close out the group stage. We're going to bring on our friend Derek Ritchie from the Straight Red Card here in just a second. But that was a disappointing game, guys. Very disappointing game, honestly. It's a tale of two halves. I mean, obviously, we saw some encouraging things in the second half, but we'll see what Derek thinks. I think Adam's going to stop by too. I'm curious what you guys think. Before we get to Derek, though, make sure you guys hit the like button down below if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of our videos. All right, Derek, tale of two halves. Let's start off with the first half. And by the way, I'm going to look up the FOTMob ratings just because I'm curious, to see what those are going to be. They're always a little wonky. And I don't think they're ever completely accurate of what, the eye test is always going to be the best thing. But first off, let's start off initial reactions. What are you thinking after that 90 minutes?
Like a first very good 10 minutes of the game. I thought it was pretty good. And then for 30 minutes, we got our butts handed to us. And then second half, we came out, we looked fresh, good. Something happened in the locker room. We played well, and unfortunately at the end there, I would have been happy with a 2-2 tie at the last seconds of the game. We fell asleep a little bit and got nutmegged, and I don't know, my general feeling is, fine. It's our backup guys. It's our B team for most of the game, and in the end, I really don't give a shit. So now it's time to prepare for Bosnia. Honestly, that's how I feel about it.
I mean, before we get into the actual game, I know you said that the first minutes, but do we need to talk people off the ledge? I mean, this isn't that big of a deal, right? I mean, this was a friendly, man. I mean, obviously we wanted to win, but this was a friendly.
If anybody is on the ledge, they might need some mental help. If you did not know this was a B team coming into this game, I don't know what to tell you. This is obviously a B team. So if you're on the ledge, or I said somebody's earlier, ha, 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 you lost to Turkey. Well, you're a turkey, okay? We did not play our best guys. We played 9 new players. We even changed our goalkeeper, okay? Our goalkeeper. We changed him too. Everybody got a trophy tonight. Everybody got, a certificate of participation. So, yeah, it's nothing to worry about. We're going on to the knockout rounds where we got to take on Bosnia. That's all copium. No, that's just particularly, absolutely, factually, and normal. Okay? That's just normal thinking for the rest. All right, so that's where we are. We got to start worrying about Bosnia. We got a lot of guys who got rest tonight. Jedi didn't have to play. Richards didn't have to play. A lot of people don't like Ream, but hey, man, his legs will be fresh as a daisy, right? Dest played very minimally. So did Pulisic. Tillman only came in for a few minutes. Balogun will be fresh as a daisy. So Guler is a star, sure. Yeah, he's a good player.
All right, Adam, I asked Derek what he thought about initial reaction to that game, right? Initial reaction to what we saw. It is kind of a friendly, right? I mean, there was nothing at stake in this game for us, for either teams. What was your initial reaction after 90 minutes of what we saw?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that's a good way to describe it. It felt like we were playing a friendly in the first half. I mean, we were just going through the motions with backups. They had no pride. I'm gonna spin it positive. That's what I've been doing this World Cup. And the positive spin is we outplayed them to the max in the second half, right? I know they went and got that late goal, but we totally dominated the half. The adjustments we made at halftime is a massive positive, Will, right? Because you're going to need to make halftime adjustments in the knockout round games. And very clearly, Poch can motivate these guys, get them to play to a different level when they're not up to it, and then make some tactical adjustments that make sense, right? So that was awesome. Pulisic looked great, right? If there was any doubt of where's Christian, right? He's coming off injury. Is he 70%? Is he 90%? Looked 100%, right? And didn't seem like he came out of it with any level of knock. And I disagree with comments that we suck and that was a bad, it is what it is. Like, it was a terrible first 45, followed by a really good last 45, where I thought we were unlucky to not get a second goal, to be honest with you. So I come out of that looking, one, it looks really positive. Everybody has to remember that wasn't even close to our full roster. And I peeked at Twitter real quick, and people are doing exactly what you said, Derek.
I
They're
know.
already spinning. Oh my God.
They are.
I knew it. We have no depth. We suck. Like, get out of here, guys. We're gonna have to play 2-3 of those guys in the knockout stages, and they'll be blended with our best 11. So it's like, I just don't see the pessimism after that game, right? Like, when we saw it was a rotated squad, we said at the beginning, like, you're most likely losing this game. It is what it is. Like,
we are not literally, Adam. Most of the players that play tonight are going to get minimal, if to no minutes for the rest of this World Cup. They'll get 10 minutes, maybe 5 here. But out of the back three, I don't think McKenzie or Miles plays again. They don't play again the rest of this World Cup. We can go through the whole line. I don't think Aronson plays for the rest of the World Cup. I don't think Zendejas plays for the rest of the World Cup. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but people are out there already saying things like, "Oh, you're calling a World Cup game a friendly?" It was a meaningless game for both teams. We had already clinched first place. They were already at clinched last place. They played sort of a B-plus team. We played a B-minus team. Okay? They had more of their starters they kept than we did. Fine. But I think, Turkey out anyway, someone said, yeah. Are you not following the World Cup? That's how that works. There are 4 games. All the teams play each other one time, and the teams with the most points go through. Turkey out anyway. What kind of question is that? Yes. Turkey's out. They lost their first 2 games. In fact, they got crushed.
Real quick for you guys hop in. I want to ask the chat, because I do want the chat to get involved with this. I did ask earlier about you guys rated that game. I'm going to ask these 2 guys too. Level of concern 1 through 10 on what we saw tonight. Like I said, I don't think we should put too much talk about it. I see people obviously on Twitter on here. They're saying we should be worried. We're fraudulent. We're not good. So I'm curious to see, 1 through 10, how worried you guys are after this game. And if you are worried, let me know why. Why would you be worried about what we saw tonight? Derek, okay, so first half, you said first 10 minutes, good. Trusty scores, and then it felt like the wheels fell off. Like we looked like a Swiss cheese defense.
Yes.
Our back line was being exposed. Miles Robinson, Mark McKenzie were horrible tonight, especially in the first half.
Horrible. Yes.
I think that Turkey looked bad against Paraguay. They looked bad against Australia. And tonight was the first game that they had played in the entire World Cup where they actually look like themselves.
Yeah, second half, even though it still only included Pulisic and later on Tillman and McKennie was still in there. So that's 3 guys, I guess. Sure, looked better. The system was running better. But again, that's actually was a little surprising that it turned around so much after halftime, because I don't know what Poach said. I'm not exactly sure what he did. I think we saw Scally playing a little bit higher in the second half. That I could figure out. But other than that, I didn't really see a whole system change or anything like that. We just came out with a little more intensity and seemed to be playing like we gave a crap, right? Like we still wanted to come back and win the game, which is what we tried to do. So, yeah.
Adam?
Yeah, 0 of 10 concern for me. I just...
Oh, 0.
People just want to make everything. No offense to anyone out there, but I think everybody's always looking for a hot take. Everybody's always looking, right? Like you are. It's not no offense, right? If I have a YouTube channel, I'm like, what is an angle, right? Like, what if I have a Twitter account? What is an angle here? How can I? It's like there's no angle here, guys. Like, sorry. Like, if you've watched, like, Derek, what number World Cup is this for you? Actually, really watching closely, like following in a deep way.
I started in probably 82 would be the very first World Cup, I believe.
Wow.
It's a long time ago. I was 11.
7. This is my 7th World Cup where I could say, like, I was really following. You know what I'm saying? Like other groups, like, oh, what's going on in that game? when you watch a lot of World Cups, I don't know what World Cup it is for a lot of the fans on this channel or, on the live stream earlier. But I think like when you're in your first couple, you kind of are like, everything seems like the end of the world. It is really high stakes, right? But the more you guys watch, like when teams have, this is not uncommon, when teams have a third game that doesn't matter, right? It's never happened to us, right? Maybe that's the problem. But if you watch the World Cup, this happens every World Cup, right? 2 or 3 times. Would you agree, Derek and Will? Like 2-3 times per World Cup. 3 groups are decided. England's last game doesn't matter. Brazil's last game doesn't matter. This is kind of it, man. They throw a team out there. They rest everyone because it's the smart thing to do. And oftentimes it's a draw or even a loss or sometimes a win because they're so freaking good, right? Brazil's backups are so good. Some years it doesn't matter. Like, this just doesn't matter, man. Like, I'm sorry, it just doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we will step on the field next Thursday against Bosnia with our full squad, and this game will matter zero. It will have zero impact on how that team plays next Thursday. It just won't. Like, we're going to be gassed up, fired up to play that game. You're going to see, I think you have signs over the last, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of everybody freaking out when we had bad second half against Belgium with our rotated squad. This is exactly what this reminds me of. Do you remember that, Will? I'm like everybody's freaking out. I'm like, guys, we rotated 10 guys in the second half. Who cares?
Yeah.
We got dominated. Oh my God, we lost 5-2. It's like, guys, it was chaos. A close game. Like, it's like so weird to me.
Well, here's the thing. People they'll take an angle no matter what just to like help their narrative. And I'll be honest with you. Now, there are obviously some desperate fans or some people that are very just dramatic that are using this as like, oh my God, the sky is falling. This is the worst thing ever. But there's also a lot of other fan bases that are kind of toying with us and giving us a hard time. Real quick though, we have 1,150 people watching with us right now. Absolutely incredible. There's a lot of people watching us, guys. Hit the like button if you haven't already. We're at 140 likes so far. Let's get to 200. Let's get to 300. Hit the subscribe button too, because we're trying to hit 15,000 subscribers by the end of the World Cup. We got a month left, a lot of games left. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Derek, let's talk about because there are some concerns. We talked about the back line, and look, depth is a concern. We've said this, but we're not expecting some of these guys to ever step on the field in a meaningful game. That's just a fact, right? Mm-hmm. Let's start off with, so let's be balanced here. Who were you concerned by in this game who actually has a realistic chance of playing meaningful minutes for us down the stretch?
Pepe didn't look so great. That's fine. There wasn't a lot of service there. Who else? I mean, McKennie was fine, and he's a starter. Am I missing anybody? Who else? I don't think there's anybody else. So I don't think any of the other 9 guys.
Gio is the other guy.
He was fine. Yeah, he's fine too. Trusty. Yeah, Trusty. Listen, that's not a lot of guys because we got other backups, but like Reyna's fine. I'm not worried about anything right now, unless guys start dropping like flies all of a sudden. Then I'm going to be concerned, but I don't see that happening, so I'm not concerned.
Adam,
Pepe hasn't in this whole window, right? Pepe hasn't been like getting on the end of stuff in the way that he has for years for the USMNT. So my only concern is like, I think we were kind of relying on him to be a guy you could bring in at the end of the game to get a goal when needed. And he just hasn't really shown that, in this camp. And if going back to the friendlies, he had some good hold up play. I think, what was that? The first friendly, maybe he had some nice hold up play. It was like connecting play well. But I want Pepe to be getting on the end of stuff and looking dangerous. Did he even have a chance today, guys? He played probably 105 minutes with injury time. Did he get a chance? Did he have a chance? A realistic chance?
Not really.
Like maybe that one towards the end.
Close, yeah.
Like that was kind of the one. Like, so that worries me, right? Because I'm okay with a striker not scoring, but it's like, are they getting dangerous, right? Because that's the most important skill for a striker that I think a lot of people discount, which is you just want strikers finding dangerous areas and getting, having a nose for the ball. And like, I just haven't seen that with Pepe. So that worries me because we may need a late goal. We may need a sub for Ballo because he's gassed. And are we going to be able to get that from Pepe? So that's my one big concern. I'm not concerned about the back line at all. I actually don't even think we see Trusty for the rest of the World Cup unless something happens with Ream. I think Poch is so bought into Ream. I just don't think we'll see any of those guys. I don't think we see Weah. Maybe Weah is a late sub at some point. I don't know. He was terrible. So that's not concerning. So I don't know. Maybe that's the concern. Maybe my concern, Will, now that I'm talking through it, I haven't thought through it yet, is like we were supposed to have some late dynamic play from Pepe, Weah. Like I think we came into the World Cup thinking, hey, we're going to have some dynamic subs. But like, do we ? Like Reyna showed it, obviously, in the first game with that goal. There's some play coming from him. I thought he had some nice passing tonight. But I don't know. I don't know what we're getting.
One prick from Berhalter, right? The goal, right? But then he had rough moments throughout the game too. And he's not going to get anything more than 10 minutes, 15 minutes in a game.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't see.
The game needs to be decided in the last 10. I guess that would be my worry, is like, who can we bring on to change a game? I don't know if we have anybody right now. Gio's the one guy in this camp who's kind of proven he could be a game changer late, but not much else.
Haji's done it in the past for us, and he didn't even get to play tonight. I kept asking, why isn't Haji getting a minute here or 2 or 10? Why are we running Pepe for 90 minutes? I don't get that, but
the other important note, I just thought of this, like as you were talking, Weston McKennie has been one of our best attacking players. Poch has really valued him, right, in that more in that half space.
Yeah,
and he's been awesome, and he wasn't there tonight. So that's the other thing, just to kind of account for, right? Is like
when you say he wasn't there, he was playing deeper.
That's what I mean. Well, he wasn't in those spots, is what I'm saying. Like he wasn't in the areas where he's been creating a lot of danger. So once again, not only are we not starting all of our starters except for him, we're actually starting him out of position to where he's been most dangerous, right? So to me, it just kind of correct. It kind of just puts even more of like a on this to me. It's like What about positives, Will? I'm interested to hear what you thought. What do you come out of this positive from yourself?
It's really hard to come out with a lot of positives. I've been thinking about that since the game. I mean, I don't think a lot of positives came into the second half when Pulisic came in, and obviously he looked good in spurts, and he looked like he's healthy. That's a positive, right? So I feel very good about the round of 32 of Bosnia. And look, I'm really not trying to be too negative, but God, guys, it's really hard to pull some positives out of that first half. And just in general with the backups, it's really hard. I think another positive maybe. Oh man. I'll say this. I don't know if I have a player specific positive. I'd really have to think, because there was just spurts of like who played. I mean, you just say the Berhalter goal, but there was just a lot of mishaps with him. What was it? Guler cooked him when he like broke his ankles. Me and Derek gasped that. I think Adam was waiting for us to see it, so he wasn't ahead. He was waiting for us to see that or catch up to that. If I had to do a positive non-play related, I would say that I did like the fight in the second half. We looked really bad in the first half, and I like how he came out kind of resilient in the second half. And really, guys, we're being honest, if it wasn't for the last goal, we probably should have had a draw in that game.
Yeah. Listen, we're going to get a lot of this. We lost. Guess what? Fans are back to we suck. We win the next game. The fans will be like, listen, fuck them. If they're that uneducated, if they're that stupid and shallow, and they don't realize we just played our B team, go eat something. And I was going to go eat shit. I don't care. It's too bad that you're so stupid you don't realize that Pulisic wasn't on the field, Adams wasn't on the field, Richards wasn't on the field. Like, go down the list of the 9 players missing that didn't play tonight, except for Tillman got, 8 minutes at the end? Only McKennie practically played the whole game, who's a starter. And that's just because Roldan was out with an injury, or I guarantee you he would have played instead. So this whole idea, there's a lot of trolling going on, obviously, in the chat. And other people are like, where was Adams? Why? No, Adams had a yellow card, and so did Balogun, and so did Jedi, and so did Richards. So they didn't play because they had a yellow card, and had they got another yellow card, which we saw tonight, Berhalter got a yellow card. They're easy to get, by the way. You can just make a wrong move on accident and get a yellow card, by the way. So, yeah, you're not going to play the guys that get another yellow card and then cannot play in the knockout round. So, again, this is like basic 101. If fans out there are complaining that Adams didn't play and Balogun didn't play and Jedi didn't play, that's because they had yellow cards, you fools. So that's where we're at. We're gonna.
I can interject real quick because this is something that's just absolutely just a horrible take. Mexico B team 3-0 over Czechia. USA B team 2-3 Turkey. Okay, first of all, Turkey when they were playing like this is better than Mexico's A team. Yes. That's just a fact. I mean, they've got way better players and more talent. Guler would be the best player you guys have ever produced. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. So that's just a horrible take. I mean, it's probably a rage bait take. I took the bait, but that's just an ignorant statement. That's just an absolute ignorant statement.
Seriously, yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna have to go run to get on a ferry. We're going to some islands here in Greece, so tough life. But I want to give you guys a couple of my positives on the way out because, guys, for the true fans out there, there's nothing to worry about, gentlemen. Like nothing. We are good to go. There is no, in our locker room today, everybody is head forward. Let's go do it. You saw Poch after the game, like friendly hug to the other manager, right? Patted him on the head. He's not worried. So here's the positives. One, halftime adjustments already mentioned. I won't go too deep on it, but we can make halftime adjustments. We proved that today. Two, we can motivate. We can motivate a team to fight at a different level. That's big time, right? Those two things alone are worth a ton in a World Cup. Number three, Christian Pulisic. There was some uncertainty. Dude looked 100%. Knock on wood, didn't seem to get another knock today. He is going to be ready to fire a week from now, right? Four, we actually produced a ton of chances, Will. How many times did we give the ball to Brendan Aronson at the top of the box and nothing happened? I'm not going to be mad about that, guys. That's going to be Weston McKennie. That's going to be Christian Pulisic. We were generating the opportunities to get our attackers the ball in really dangerous spots, and we just happened to have Brendan Aronson on the field. I mean, I don't know. If you put Christian there, we might score 2 more goals with the opportunities that dude had, right? So I feel great about our ability to produce chances after that second half. I'm like, we just scored 2 goals, and we produced a ton more chances with our mostly B team. Like, that is positive, man. Like, we are going to go into a game like Bosnia. Now, listen, soccer's random, guys. You can produce 10 great chances and not score any of them, but I have no doubt we're going to produce chances in the Bosnia game. I have no doubt that if we can win that game, we're going to produce chances in the round of 16, right? Past that, I have no idea. But, like, you are going to see a team produce opportunity, and soccer just comes down to can you take advantage of them? And so far this World Cup we have, I think our starters are flying with confidence. Right. And then I think you're going to bring in that back line that is starting to show some signs of life, like the full-time back line, the Freeman, Richards, Ream. And I think that's going to sure things up. So go USA. I'll be alive next Thursday. I think 3 a.m. here, Greek time for me next Thursday. So it's going to be even more hardcore. But gentlemen, it's been beautiful waking up with you this morning. Go USA. And I'm signing off.
Appreciate it, Adam. Go USA.
Don't break that fairy's back. She's small. Treat her good.
All right. See you, brother. Later. Appreciate it. Adam Turner, man, our good friend. Listen, that's another thing too. I mean, look, I feel like me and you are pretty real about certain things. Like, well, you know, some people, they're just way too dramatic about.
We're cynics. We're cynics. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We live in a dark place. Both of us do. So, I mean, it's hard to blow, sunshine up our assholes. It's, we're not going to believe that. So
no. And that's the thing. It's like, I don't look, obviously there's concerns today. We understand that from what we watched, but the people that are concerning are not going to play. And
right.
One thing I mentioned, I forgot to mention on to Adam too, before you headed out of here, is that I'm so glad that Matt Freese didn't start today, because like I had said before, this would have probably destroyed his confidence. I think if Matt Freese had played today, he would have leaked in 2 goals, because Miles Robinson is horrible at tracking and defending and marking his man. And I think that he would have been probably, because think about it, the first 2 matches we played, Matt Freese really hasn't been tested. He really hasn't had any to stop any shots of a significance tonight. I mean, his head would have been on a swivel. And I think that would have probably broken him a little bit heading into the Bosnia game. Not that I'm worried about him, but now he gets to go to bed at night not worrying about any goals that he's at fault for. And Matt Turner had to take the blunt for it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it would have destroyed him or not because, look, he would have been aware of who was playing in front of him. But that is, again, one of the reasons I thought Poch would play Turner. And outside of giving trophies to everybody and certificates, which he likes to do. But it was about protecting the main squad. And that's what he did tonight. And he did it successfully. No one got injured. Some guys came in and got 10 minutes here and there. But, we played our B team the whole game. There were some who were, okay. Played well. I thought McKennie was generally good. And then there were guys that were awful. There were awful performances by B teamers tonight. McKenzie was dreadful. Okay. Miles Robinson, who should have never made this team in the first place, was awful. Aronson, awful. I mean, I could go on. There's more awful in this. Berhalter had some pretty rough goes of it tonight. Broke it. He got his ankles broke. Our B team looked pretty rough for the whole first half after the first 10 minutes. They looked awful. But then credit to them. They came out in the second half. They, put their boots on and they came out and played. And they looked like a different team. And we tied it up and Berhalter scored and yay for him. But we're not going to have to see these players much anymore going forward. So I'm not worried about it. Like, they got their little free game for the backups. Everybody got a chance to play. Great. I'm glad that happened. Did we find out who could play from that group? Yeah, we did. We know Way is not a good backup. He played like crap. And some people argued he should be a starter. Well, he looked like he did all year in France. No confidence, crummy, no ability to shield the ball, no real breakaway ever. And one-on-one, he looked completely incompetent when he was standing still. So those guys aren't playing on this team for a reason. And now you know why they're not playing on this team and why they're not starting, because they're not good enough. Now, if you want to worry about depth, yeah, there's a concern there because we only have one backup for Adams. Really, maybe two. You want to expand it. And we got, outside, we got Pulisic and we've got on the wings, we got Pulisic. But we got Reyna, though, too. He can fill in there. He looked mostly competent tonight. But he's an off-the-bench guy that you bring in. But none of these guys are starting going forward except for McKennie. All right, so let's not worry about it. I'm not. I am not worried about this. And somebody says, oh, man, it broke our momentum. What momentum? The momentum of the first team or the second team or the momentum of the fans? And if the fans out there think this was a momentum breaker for them, then they're not paying attention. Even my mom and my brother's total casual. He realized this was a B team tonight. He texted me, look like we're playing the scrubs. Quote, looks like we're playing the scrubs. I wouldn't have called them scrubs. I think that's a little harsh. But that's what happened tonight. And if you want to take joy, if you're an opponent and you're trolling out there and you want to get your little giggle jerks off to that, go do it. Go do it. If that's all it takes to get you excited and get you mildly, well, anyhow, I will say no more.
Well, listen, real quick, because look, this has been positive, right? The group has been positive. I don't care what anyone else says; it's been positive, and I want to talk about that. But real quick, I just want to mention this again, guys. I know I mentioned before, but if you haven't liked down below, we're at 165 likes. We're trying to get to 200 or 300. Smash the like button. Half the people watching definitely more than half the people have not liked the stream down below yet. So make sure you hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, guys. We're doing a jersey giveaway next week with World Soccer Shop. I'm going to announce the winner on one of our videos. You guys aren't going to want to miss that. So make sure, because you have to be subscribed to enter. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of our videos. Okay. So someone had said that Trusty was playing well in this game too. I want to touch on that real quick. I think Trusty obviously scored. I mean, he was okay. That's
Yeah, it's fine.
That's the problem. Like no one stood out, and Pepe wasn't good tonight too. To jump on him real quick, but his service wasn't good either. Who's scoring with bad service?
Nobody. Not me. Not anybody.
Nobody's scoring bad service.
Yeah, it was very bad service in the first half, and he barely touched the ball. And kind of the same thing second half, actually. Most of the action went through other people. It is what it is. Yeah. But again, like breaking down this game is, no offense to the whole theme of this breaking down the game show, but it's a waste of our time in a lot of ways, outside of the fact that one or two guys show that when called upon in the future, they're ready to go. And that's probably Reyna. Look, okay, Trusty in a pinch if you need him. Was Turner absolutely dreadful? I mean, it wasn't great, but, if Freeze goes out with a broken leg, I suppose you could throw him in there and wouldn't be dreadfully different. But these guys aren't playing. The guys that played aren't going to play. Like, we'll probably have 3 subs a game. And those subs will be Reyna, right? That's when we get Berhalter probably last 10 minutes to close out a game defensively. Who am I missing? Am I missing someone? Pepe will come in for Balogun, maybe. But it's not going to be dreadful or drastic. Maybe you'll see Arson in the last 5 to 10 minutes out wide although who knows, Arson got left in the dust tonight. But somebody's going to come in, but they're not going to play major minutes. I understand there are 4 days between the games after this, and so that does mean guys are going to have to heal up. And if we do have any major injuries, and there are multiples of them, we are going to be in deep doo-doo. I don't think there's any question about that. We will be there. We have a depth issue outside of our, say, top 13 players, 14. If we need to dig any deeper than that, and we're going to Aronson and Weah, I hate saying that about Weah, but he's just collectively in every way fell apart in the last year at his club, and now with country. His confidence seems totally shot. Yeah, then it's a problem. Let's hope we don't have to go there, Will. That's all I'm saying. We're not, they can fight. They can fight, but now we're not going to just be playing turkeys going forward. We'll probably be playing better teams eventually down the road, assuming we get out of the first round versus Bosnia, who are going to be tough. That's not going to be a simple game. But at least all of our starting 11, Adams will be there, Balogun will be there, Jedi will be there, Richards will be there, Pulisic will be starting. We should be fine. Okay? We should be good.
Okay, so let's transition, because like you said, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This game did not matter for either team, right? You just didn't want to get injured. You didn't want to get injured, and
exactly.
That's like the most important thing. So let's talk about it, okay? And chat, let me know what you guys think. What your grade would be too, because I'm gonna ask Derek this. What would you grade this group stage for the United States? And when I say grade, I'm talking 1 through 10. What would you give this group stage performance by the United States 1 through 10? Chat, let me know what your number would be. Derek, what would you give them?
I'm giving it an 8. Had we tied tonight, I would have given it a 9 because we played our B team. And if we would have won tonight for whatever reason, I would have given it 10. So we did everything we needed to do to protect the players who had yellow cards and players we didn't want to get injured or get a red card in this last game. We did everything we had to do that. So I'm going to give it a 9 or an 8, somewhere around there. And I think I'm fine with that. This is as many. We've never really had. I don't think outside of the 1930 World Cup, we've won 2 games in a group. And I've been watching this since 82.
Okay. There's a lot of 7s, 8s in the chat. Someone said 6. So it was an easy group. I'm going to give it a 9. I'm going to give it a 9. And I'll tell you why I'll give it a 9. Because I'm basing it off the 2 games we played or our starters played. Okay. Yes. And We scored 4 goals against Paraguay, who looks better now, more respectable team. We just dog walked them in the first match. I mean, that's not a team we're historically beating 4-1 at a World Cup.
But Will, Paraguay are horrible.
Yeah. They're not even a real country, apparently, right? Paraguay.
So
don't you mean Uruguay?
I mean, you mean the team that beat Brazil and Argentina in qualifiers? Oh, okay. Sure, they're horrible.
And we beat them 4-1. I've never seen that in my life, Derek. Ever in my life, I've never seen us do that. Okay. Then the goalpost move, right? Then they say, oh, well, Australia just beat Turkey 2-0. They must be the real deal. Yeah, there's a huge rivalry brewing with the people down under. Oh my God, you guys might lose this game. Let alone draw. You might lose. So all that BS, right? We go in there. We didn't play our conventional game, but what we saw like against Paraguay, we beat them in a different way. It was a grind fest, right? We won 2-0. So we first 2 games 6-1 is what our total score line would be. And then obviously in this game we lose, but we scored 2 more goals. So we had 8 goals in our group stage. Never done that before. That's the most goals we've ever scored in an entire World Cup, right? We did that in the group stage. So that's impressive. And we just dominated, man. Any game our starters played, we dominated. And not to mention another thing about the Australia game, we didn't win like we did against Paraguay, but Christian Pulisic didn't play a single minute. The best player on the team. So I give it a 9. It's not perfect. I can't give it a perfect score, but I'll say this. It blew my expectations of what I thought was going to happen. So I give it a 9.
Yeah, I mean, we were both a little dark clouds going into this World Cup. And here's the crazy thing. Even if you want to look at the stats, if you're a stat guy, you like the stats. We had more possession today. We had more shots in total. We had more shots on goal than Turkey did. So it was not like we got blown out. Our B team got blown out. We against Guler and Yildiz, and Yilmaz, they didn't blow us out. Okay. It was a close game tonight. A very close game against our, as my brother put it, in a nastier way, our scrubs. And it is what it is, and I'm fine with it. I'm ready to move on to the next Bosnia. I'm ready to move on to Bosnia. Now that's going to be a whole different game and a whole different ball of wax, and all our guys are going to be ready to go. They're healthy. The yellow cards get wiped off. We're ready to go. Absolutely ready to go.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how I want to close this out. So let's do a couple more things, okay?
Sure.
Who was your biggest winner and loser for the USMNT of the group stage? Start for the winner.
Well, the biggest winner for me is Malik Tillman. Malik Tillman showed he is a class player. Mm-hmm. Maybe not world class yet, but he certainly seems to be headed that way. Balogun, you could put him right up there with him. If I had to pick 2, those would be my 2, because Balogun was, he is what we thought he would be, a goal scorer. So those are my 2 pluses, big pluses. And then did you say I need to name a negative?
Yeah, who is the biggest loser? If you had to pick one, I mean, I think all of our starters played pretty well in every game they were in. But if you had to pick one, who would you say is the biggest loser?
A starter.
Or I guess it doesn't have to be a starter, but maybe a key contributor. I mean, Miles Robinson's the biggest loser. But we're excluding him.
I mean, yeah, it's not fair because the biggest losers are McKenzie and Miles Robinson and Weah. And the list goes on from tonight of guys who just simply didn't live up to billing. But I don't think Pepe shined any light on himself tonight, and he didn't have a really awesome game in the last game. So if you made me pick a loser, which I wouldn't call Pepe a loser, I would say he's had the roughest go of it in the last 2 games for me than any other player.
Okay, my biggest winner is a tie. It's between Tillman, who's playing out of position, who I was very skeptical if he could play as a pivot, right? Box to box.
And Adam, yep.
Well, I mean, he plays. He's a 10, right? So he played at Leverkusen. Since when he played at PSV. That's his position. I mean,
he played as an 8 at PSV, which I brought up in our debate with Adam a long time ago.
But mostly a 10, though, right?
Mostly,
I mean, he's primarily a 10, and we're talking about a different level. This is the World Cup. You're expecting him to play some heavy hitters, and he's going to have to be on his game, especially because we have no depth there. And like obviously Adams is good, but I have to give him credit that he's played very well. But the other guy has to be Alex Freeman.
He's a loser?
No. This is the biggest winners. This is
winners.
Biggest winners.
Okay, yeah.
No.
This has been great.
This has been my biggest winners because Freeman's 21. He's still very raw. And if you look at his progression from last year during the Gold Cup, when he just got his feet wet for the national team versus now, it's like a completely different player.
Yeah. We got 2 more World Cups with Freeman for sure. That he's something special. Physical, technical, not super technical, but smart, high IQ, learning. This guy is just going to get better and better. So,
you know what my one friend said? My one friend told me on the phone, I'm curious if you agree with this. He said that he thinks of all the players on the current team right now, like the 26-man roster, Freeman has the highest ceiling of any of them if he keeps progressing at this rate.
I mean, based on the rain of fall off, probably close to true. Close to true. Freeman's got some growth to go, and he has got all the tools, man. He could be just a devastating. The question will be for him, is he a right back or is he a center back? And I tell you what, he would be an elite center back.
He would be.
Sticks with that job description instead of trying to play right back. He could be an elite center back in La Liga eventually. He could work himself into that spot, I think.
I agree. I don't know. Maybe I don't know about this. This might be a little too much, but I do think he's got a world of potential, right?
He does.
My biggest loser of the tournament, Pepe's a good one, like as far as important players, but I think it might be. I think it might be Matt Freese. And I know that it's not because he hasn't done anything wrong. It's more because he hasn't really got a chance to do much at all. And I think that might be something that could hurt us when he gets tested at a certain point. And I'm just kind of like you. I'm just picking if I had to pick one, right? If I had to pick one. I'm not saying he had a bad group stage, but I'm just picking one. And one more thing, too, is Pochettino, man. I mean, we got to give him his flowers. The guy is incredible. He's done a great job of putting players in positions to succeed.
Yeah.
He has really made this team believe that they can win.
Yep.
He's got the best out of these players. And some of the things he's done, people questioned and said that this was stupid, idiotic, wouldn't work. Like I mentioned about Alex Freeman playing last year at the Gold Cup and getting all those minutes, essentially getting him worked in here to now where he's a full-time starter with the USMNT and looks like he will be for the foreseeable future.
Villarreal, sure.
Most people would not have thought that could be. I mean, he literally started his first season last year at MLS. That was his first year starting, and he had only played for 6 months when we called him up for the Gold Cup. And look at him now. Villarreal, full-time starter, future starter for the United States.
Future starter for Villarreal, not full-time yet, but close, yeah.
Yes. But that's a Poch thing. That was a Poch thing. So, like, I have to give him credit, and I would say my confidence has never been higher than it is in him right now. I believe in him 100%.
Yeah. I think my confidence in this team in general is extremely high. There are players I definitely know now that I do not want to see going forward. And I already knew who they were anyhow, but it was confirmed tonight. I think we all knew Miles Robinson should not have made this team. And think about it. Tanner Tessman could have not only been a backup center midfielder, a center defensive midfielder. He played center back for Lyon this year as well. He could have done that for us in a pinch. But instead, we had to suffer with more Miles Robinson. And it wasn't just him. McKenzie looked bad too. So thank God we're not going to see them. And I know a lot of people bitch about Ream, but honestly, there's a reason Poch plays Ream, because he's really good out of the back. And I know he's a liability going backwards as a defender, but I think he really does believe that he can have Adams and Jedi simultaneously protect Ream from getting burned. And so far, Ream has been fine in this World Cup when he started. I saw a comment there. What was that again?
Someone said that they just joined us. They wanted our thoughts on Weah. I mean, me and Derek both
think
he was terrible. It's just continuation of his bad run the last year and a half.
Yeah, as Charles Barkley would say, he's terrible.
Absolutely terrible.
I mean, he couldn't shield the ball. He couldn't dribble the ball. He couldn't make a pass. Well, I mean, he can make a 3-foot pass, but like he was totally ineffective. He couldn't bring a ball down out of the air. I don't know what's going on with Timmy Weah. It just was on repeat from his club performances generally last season in France. Like his confidence must be in the shitter. There's something going on with him. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's trying too hard. That looked like it could be the case at some points, but yeah, it's not good, people. It's not good.
Well, he's trying to play hero ball too. I think he's just trying to do way too much, right? He's just trying to do way too much. His on ball skills have really not been what they once were. Trying to think anything else. Look, I'll say this. Okay. We both agree we're pretty confident heading into Wednesday's match against Bosnia. We feel very good about that.
Oh, I do, because none of those guys got stained with whatever minimal loss this is. All the people are like, oh, you lost to Turkey. Turkey are a good team, people. They're really good. And just because they lost to Australia, because they had what you call a brain fart, and then they lost to they brain farted 2 games away. They had 62 shots on goal and did not score, right? That's like going to 62 places of the night and not being able to find a lady, right? And you've got the money. So, yeah, something went wrong there. And they're going to have to figure that out. And they came out tonight and they fought with pride, and their honor was on the line, and they played like it. So I give them credit. They beat our B team. That's not to say that's not a good thing or important for them. They should take pride in that. But let's keep in mind, people, it's our B team. Let's not fool ourselves outside of McKennie. Poor McKennie had to play 80 minutes of that. Go ahead.
That's what one thing that pissed me off, though, is he should not have played 80, close to 90 minutes. They should have brought Tillman in at like the 60th minute. But you know what? Listen, I'll say this. We came out of this group stage, no serious injuries. Pulisic is back. He'll be ready. He's going to start against Bosnia. Have no fear. He will start against Bosnia. It's the best group stage of my lifetime. It's the best group stage of your lifetime for the United States. I'm very confident. And I will say this. I'll look you guys in the eyes and I'll tell you this real quick. The United States are a better team than Mexico. I know there's a lot of trolls in the chat saying that they aren't. They are. They're not as, Mexico's obviously got some type of luck or they got the Ghanaian doctor doing the whatever the hell kind of magic he has on the team. I don't know. The United States are a better, more talented team. And this United States team has every capability of beating a bigger team, a Germany, a Netherlands, a Belgium.
They're taking our scraps. Guys who can't play for us now go play for Mexico.
Starters, Gutierrez.
He
would not be on the 26-man roster.
He would not make our team. He's playing for Mexico. Guys, Mexico people, I love you guys, all right? Like if you guys are playing, I support you. But not when you're playing us. I don't support you. But, because, of course, there's a long history of Mexican players playing on Fulham as well as American players. So I'm always a big supporter of those players. But let's not be jokers here. Let's not kid around. Our scraps are starters for your team. That's just a fact. It's a verifiable fact. Brian Gutierrez could not make this team. Maybe some people said he should have. But he couldn't even get a look from Poach. Don't blame us for that. Blame Poach if you want to, but that's Poach's judgment.
I agree.
They're not just Brian. Brian Gutierrez. There are other players that made the team too, by the way. But anyway,
no, I agree. Do you have any final thoughts before we call tonight?
No, I'm feeling good. I'm looking forward to not watching our B team play against Bosnia.
Yes, I agree with that. Real quick, Timothy Park, a friend, I think he's on both of our channels. Who has Mexico playing in the tournament that is good? Nobody. I mean, listen, they beat South Africa. Everyone was saying South Africa was a clown, a joke. They finished second in the group. They finished second in the group, and everyone was talking about how bad they are.
They are pretty bad, though, Will. If you
they
look
are
at
bad,
it,
but they still finished second in the group.
they're a good team on paper, though. They look like total dog poo. So congrats to them for just being a team enough to stay together and stay glued together to win enough points to get through. I give them credit, because this is not the South Africa teams of the past where you had multiple players playing the Premier League. Right? We're not there anymore for South Africa. So good for them.
I agree. Yeah, well, this has been a fun night. I appreciate everyone who tuned in with us. Guys, before you head out, hit the like button down below. Help us out. We're at almost 200 likes. Let's try to get to 300. Make sure you guys go check out my friend Derek and Brett at the Straight Red Card. They have great content Mondays and Thursdays. Also, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. A lot of you watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. We're trying to get to 15K. We got a jersey giveaway going on next week. And to enter that, you have to be a subscriber. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of our videos. Guys, USA are up more than they ever have been in my life. I can't wait to see what happens the rest of this tournament. Hope you guys have a great night, and thank you for joining us till almost 1 a.m. Eastern time. Until next time, guys, USMNT moves. We'll see you all soon.